Hello, good morning. Welcome back again to my channel, Annebaks. My name is Annebaks, your Lagos, Nigeria blogger. I am a fashion entrepreneur. I say welcome my subscribers. Thank you all for all my subscribers all over the world. And if you're new to my channel, I say welcome here. And I hope that by the time you watch till the end, that you're going to subscribe and join your friends, family, and all your community to subscribe. Today, this week is about celebrating teachers. It's a week of Teachers Day, celebrating them. So this week I'm going to be talking about one of my teachers, my lecturer in university, that came in as an angel to my life. Teachers are actually trained, or they are destined, to build lives. They are one of the very cardinal points in the life of every human being and every children. So they came to pass on knowledge that they have learned, they have understood, to the next generation. And if you really observe, our children spend most of their hours, even us while we're growing up, before we graduated from school and maybe stopped going to one form of school or the other. We spend most of our time, a significant part of the hour of our day, with teachers. So they are life builders, so they need to be encouraged, they need to be paid more, they need to be, they need to be pampered, aside the way that they are being treated right now. And they can also come in form of angels, angels meaning that pointing you towards the direction, but allow you be an influence in your life that change the direction of your life and nudge you towards the right direction. So today, are you a teacher? If you're a teacher, let me know. Or if your parents are teachers, or you know someone that is a teacher. Of course, you know someone that is a teacher. If you have passed through the walls of a school, there's no how you won't have passed through the walls of any school. Either while you're a baby in a crèche, a teacher taught you, wore you your diaper, fed you. So in one way or the other, you have passed through a teacher. They are life builders, and they're destiny shapers. Some people you might join, you might be a teacher out of maybe you don't have any other job to do, you found yourself teaching, or it might be a passion, a love that you took up to be able to teach and build, because maybe you love acquiring knowledge and you love transferring knowledge. You now found yourself teaching. You now went into the profession of teaching. I say well done, I give you kudos. It is not easy to teach other people. Before a teacher can teach someone else, he must have also learnt the subject or the topic to the point of also understanding it, to be able to pass that knowledge to another. So today I'm going to be talking about, from my story. If you've watched my previous video, I said something about it took me time before I got to the university, and it seems that the devil will not leave me alone. But there's an adage that say in Yoruba that Èṣù lágbára but kò ní gbàlà. So translate. So let me rewind back and come in English. It means that the enemy, the Satan, the devil might have power, but the devil does not have salvation. Meaning that the power that the devil has a limit. So whatever situation that you might be going through, if you're in school right now and the enemy in a way has come, to frustrate life, or you've thought to yourself that, oh, school is not for you, you've almost given up. My story, keep following me in this journey. My story will encourage you to say that, see, don't give up on life. Don't give up. Tough things only happen to tough people. So tough things make you tough and make you better and be a better person instead of a bitter person. So it took me time to enter the university, and I have different stories about university, and about lecturers, about cultism and all that. So when I finally got to the university, and I finally got to the university, I wasn't attracting attention to myself at all, because I didn't want any problem. I had enough problem alone taking me years, where all my other mates, colleagues in the secondary school had gone to university way far ahead before me. So I came, I didn't want to be noticed. I wasn't dressing, you know, sexy, as the word would mean. And I wasn't wearing makeup. I only had one pair of shoes. So because I just didn't want to be noticed. Once I'm done with my lecture, I'm out of the campus. I don't live in the school premises. I'm out of the campus, to hustle. I had a work that I was doing on part-time, then to hustle. So I was trying as much as possible not to draw attention to myself. Even my friends, in relating with them, I don't spend much time with them, because my own life journey is different from theirs. My story, where I'm coming from, is different from where they are coming from. So I was just facing my education straight on, reading my books, write my exam. I don't want wahala for myself. So fast forward, and there's this particular subject, which is a very compulsory subject. It's a 3 units course, and you have to pass it. If you don't pass it, that means you will carry over. With my kind of situation that I've spent years at home before I went to university, so carry over shouldn't be it shouldn't be part of the baggage that I will be carrying. So I was reading, doing everything possible not to have any carryover. I don't want to smell it at all. So I wrote this exam. It's a 3 units course, and the lecturer is like an elderly man who doesn't live on the campus, because he lectures part-time. He has been lecturing before, so he's old now. So what they do is he still comes in all the way from southwest, to come on the days to lecture on the days that, or the week that he has lecture, to lecture. And his course is a very compulsory course. So I wrote this exam, and in writing exam, you write attendance. That's why it's very important, when you are in an exam hall or you are in a class, for you to always put your name down, because you don't know what will happen. That might just be your saving grace. That might just be your saving grace. That might just be the passport to people noticing that you were there. So I wrote the attendance, I wrote the exam. So I wrote the exam. Fast forward, the results came out. My results, there was no result for me. There was dash dash 000, as in no exam result. I had continuous assessment result. That means automatically I had a carryover. Man, I could not believe my eyes. I wept, I cried. Hey, what will I do? This lecturer that I don't know, that comes in once in a while, how am I going to explain myself? How will people hear? Because people know me as, this girl, she reads a few way and all that, things like that. People like that, if you notice people like that in school, where it is their book, their people come around them, to get to be borrow their books, borrow their handouts, they come to ask questions, to get clarity for some topic and some subjects. And now they will now hear that I have a carryover. So the only people that knew that I had this issue were just two of my close friends, and they were like, what will I do? So I just had to arrange one of those days that the lecturer was in school. I had to go and meet him in his office. And there is also one thing, that you should bear in mind if you're a student, or generally in life, that the way you carry yourself, what you do, you should know that people are watching. Even if you do not take note, or you think people are not watching you, people are watching. God is actually also watching. And the way you carry yourself, what you do, people are noticing. Don't think that people do not notice. People notice. Even the people that you think are not watching are actually watching and taking notes. The day of judgment is coming, one way or the other. You do not know the day of judgment. You do not have control over that day of judgment. So I went to meet this elderly man. He's elderly, I think he was over 60. I said he has retired as a lecturer, but he comes in part-time, maybe twice in a week to lecture, and all his subjects are compulsory subjects, 3 unit subjects that you must pass. And he's not a man that can be bribed. So I don't even have the money to bribe someone. That aside, he's not someone that can be bribed. He's not someone that listens to people that are not serious. So I went to this man's office, and there's another thing. Went to this man and begged him and said, sir, interestingly, he recognizes me. And this is a man you think does not know what is happening. He's an old man. When you see some lecturers you call that are old school lecturers, you think he doesn't see anything. They actually see. They just pretend that they don't see. So I went to him. He actually recognizes me. And some lecturers actually follow some students progress. If progress in the sense that if you at every stage of your life in university, if you take their classes like that, they notice such kind of students, and they take notes, they keep notes. So I went to he noticed, he recognizes me, and I told him what my issue was. He now said, that's a big problem. And I said, yes, I know it's a big problem. So it was not like, how do I know that you actually attended class? So by the time we checked all the scripts, the pile of script of the hundreds of people that wrote exam, my script was not found. Can you imagine? I wrote exam, my script was missing. How was my script missing? So my only saving grace was when they now checked their attendance, they saw that my name was on the attendance, but my script was not found. So will you say an enemy came to steal it, or I wrote exam and I went to pick up my script, or the forces of hell have come to take my script? So what do I do? The man was like, what do we do? There is nothing he could do. I kept begging. There was 1 or 2 people also there that had such issues. You know what? This now taught me a lesson in life that we should hold on to. That always be prepared, no matter the situation, no matter the circumstances. Always be prepared. Prepared in the terms of knowing your onions, whatever you're doing, be the best of it. That whatever subject that you're studying, you make sure that you are always on top of your game. You might not be 100%, but you're in a way prepared, because you don't know when destiny will come calling. There and then, you remember, you need to have a good track record. Your association, the people you move with, also determine, because these lecturers are watching, and life is watching, and God is watching. Your association also matters. If they find out that the people you're moving with are the people that are the very unserious type, so if you are serious, they will take you as the one of the unserious type that is not yet ready for life. So always be prepared. Be careful of your association. So there and then, the man said, because he knew me, he knew my track record, he now gave me the grace to be able to write that exam. I was given a limited time, not the same amount of time that I was given in the exam hall. I was given a limited time. There and then, I was asked to write the exam. 2 of us were like 3 in his office. He shut his door and we sat down there. I wrote. It wasn't the same question. Can you imagine? It wasn't the same question in the example that I will know that, I can't miss it. It was a different question, but based in his subject line. There and then, I wrote my exam in his office. Glory be to God. God helped me. God came to my aid. The result came out. I passed that exam. What is the lesson to be learned here? As I said earlier, always be prepared. God is watching. The enemy will come in different form, in different ways to attack your destiny. But if your life is in line with God, if there is actually a God, and God comes through for you at at every point in time of help that you need him. And people around you that have noticed that you have stood your ground, and they have noticed the kind of association, the kind of person, the way you carry yourself at that point in time of help, they will come to help you and lift you to that next place of destiny. So that is my angel in the life of a teacher, a lecturer that came through for me. He could have decided that I was going to have that carryover and repeat that course, and all over again. But somehow God touched him, and he allowed God to use him at that point in time to be a blessing to my life. I don't know, it's more than 10 years now, so I don't know if the man is still alive. But what that man did in my life touched my life and turned my life and the way I view life completely. So it was an angel that came in the form of a human being that allowed God to use him. So if you're a teacher today, allow God to use you. If you're a teacher today, if you have not been compensated as you should be compensated, help will come for you. Maybe through your children, through you, because who says that you cannot reap that you have sown in the season and in the lives of people? Help is going to come for you. God will uphold you, and if you have a children, uphold your children, and the covering of God will be. And if you're a student, keep being good, as move with people that are going somewhere, people of value. Move with people that will uplift you. They said iron sharpeneth iron. Move with people that when they see you, you will be associated with good instead of the other. And always be prepared, because life can come calling at every point in time. I hope this has been helpful to you. I hope this has added value to you or to someone. I ask you to subscribe, to share, and to like. And let me also know your experience in your life about a teacher. See you in my next video.